Drives it in. Suarez, the defensive header. Anthony takes it quickly. A little karate volley is well wide. This is the win probability entering the second half. The numbers were similar on May 2nd. And Portland will know there is a chance. Trailing 2-0, there is precedent for that. And Miami will also know it is not assured. Let's go down to the pitch. Jillian Sakovitz. Jillian, what do you know about Miami's substitution of Mura for Frey?
Jake, the Miami coaching staff telling us that Ian Frey was feeling a little something in his hamstring, and the medical staff told him he needed to stick out the second half.
He came out of that Orlando match after scoring with a little hamstring injury, missed a game. This is Miami's third game in 9 days, Portland's as well. Miami without Matteo Silvetti today. Rest is the word. He was coming back from an injury.
I thought he was really good off the bench against Cincinnati. And then news broke an hour before kickoff that Allende's out for an extended period of time after knee surgery.
Went to Barcelona for a knee consultation. Tadeo Allende unavailable. Suarez has been great. Not there, as he apologizes to his teammates. They might have to ride the 39-year-old legs of Luis Suarez a bit more. Portland gives it away to Suarez. Suarez going to keep going. Broken up, falls to Berterame. Big block by Sermon. Messi settling. Still Messi. Taken away. Bassett and Joao Ortiz. Velda will stay on his feet, continue forward. And now the foul's given.
Yeah, but it's better from Miami defending in these moments. The ball turns over. Good spot here from Sermon to step into that challenge with a strike from Berterame. But then when Portland's going the other way, Inter Miami had the numbers and they had them in right spots. Something you and I haven't seen throughout the entire year, because Velda and Kelsey were in.
Just the one change each way from the teams that started the game, as Kelsey does well to hold up, but he's called for a handball.
Well, it came off his arm too, because he did a good job of holding off the defender with a difficult ball played into him.
You know, I remember a few weeks ago, Taylor, we were in San Diego, and I think you wanted more from Kevin Kelsey, specifically holding up play. He's done better in that regard today.
Yeah, Phil and I spoke about this after that game, because he listened to the game in the commentary, and he said, you must be at our trainings, that he will get more goals if he's better with his hold-up play. And guess what he's had over the last 4 games? 4 goals, 2 assists. He's got a real profile to cause real headaches for the opposition. He's got good feet to run, and he strikes the ball well, but he's got to make his life easier by having his hold-up play be very simple and for Portland to play off of him. And I agree with you, Jake. Even 53 minutes tonight, he hasn't lost possession the way we saw a couple weeks ago in San Diego.
Joao Ortiz springing to Costa behind Lujan. Now it's Anthony. Back heel to David DaCosta. Bright defending. DaCosta twisting and turning. DaCosta still. Mura there. Gets the position and gets it away.
Good spot from Ortiz, big time.
Yeah, takes it off to Paul. Now Kelsey leaving. Velda just over. Better from Portland in search of their opener.
Much better from Portland. Great spot from Ortiz in that counter-pressing moment. DePaul felt like he was fouled, but that's a good step in. But then how about the play? Immediately talking about the hold-up play from Kelsey. He lays it off a little bit too hard for Velda to hit it, but still good combination, good play all around from Portland.
Bai does well to get there. Now Velda settles, plays it to Bai. Bai across, headed away. That was Lujan.
Well, right on cue, isn't it? Miami at home, comfortable lead. Just kind of turning the game in favor of Portland. Brandon Bai delivers that with real pace to the back post. I think a little bit more composure and takes a little bit off to the near post, but Portland have had a few opportunities here.
Phil Neville, Miami's second ever head coach. Guillermo Hoyos, it's fifth. Sixth if you count Javier Morales' brief interim stint. Reguilón now. Sermon chasing, Reguilón cutting it, Segovia leaving. Suarez couldn't get there. Miami still has it. Segovia! Over.
Yeah, but this is where Reguilón has done a very good job of being an outlet. They've missed that. And it's not a slight on Noah Allen in that position, but that's not Noah Allen's game. Miami now has someone similar to Jordi Alba to play through when they're in that. Switch the point of attack and get the fullback going forward.
Formula One heads north to Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix at the iconic circuit Gilles Villeneuve. The championship battle intensifies, and you can watch the race live Sunday, May 24th on Apple TV, the new U.S. home of Formula One. Velda does well to turn. Velda carries forward, will cut inside. Velda right at St. Clair. DaCosta on the rebound. And he was offside. DaCosta was when the shot was taken by Velda. The flag is raised.
He's fearless. And he's aggressive and direct, but just gliding right by Rodrigo de Paul. And DaCosta's in an offside position, but the reality is this, is that I thought the first half, Rodrigo de Paul was giving you all the effort in the world and defending in those moments. This second half has started. He's in the ear of Drew Fisher. And Portland players are just dribbling in and around him, gliding by him. This is the part of the game where the manager, it's got to be a yellow.
Yeah, Bai draws the foul from Segovia, the little hesitation. Segovia shown a yellow card. He joins Rodrigo de Paul as the two players on yellows in this match.
But this is why at halftime, Jake, you asked me, what are we going to learn from Miami? This is where the manager now has to see the game and understand the circumstance of the game, and now the changes that you make impact the game. It's not necessarily bringing on attacking players in the moment. When you've got two or your three midfielders on yellows, both of those players playing in their third game in a week, this is how you manage a game. We're going to find out a lot about Miami and the manager and whether or not he can see the game and the circumstance of it and change his plan of action to accommodate the game.
Velda over the set piece, drives it in. St. Clair punches away. Bertarame is down. Now back to his feet as DePaul tries to play forward. Mora back heel. DePaul and Messi. DePaul and Suarez. Segovia. Velda comes back to break it up. Ends up with Suarez. Kelsey again tracking back. Bright is down, holding onto his leg. Play is stopped. This exclusive NetCam replay is brought to you by AT&T.
Good command here from Dane St. Clair coming off his line. Cincinnati needed that against Miami Wednesday night coming off the line, didn't they?
They did. Roman Celentano colliding with his own player, dropping the ball.
And then this was Bright. He just got a toe from Kelsey on the back of the leg. But you need command from your goalkeeper coming off the line and really coming through it and punching that. And it was a solid goalkeeper from Dane St. Clair. We still got 30-plus minutes in this, but how big of a confidence boost would it be for Dane St. Clair to get a clean sheet in a moment like this?
Christopher Velda's been up for this.
He's been really
That
good.
is ridiculous skill, and then draws the foul.
I think Yannick Bright's lucky to get away with this without a yellow. Persistent infringement, which is exactly what Velda was talking about and looking at the referee. But Velda in the second half has been pretty strong and just being deliberate with his action, but confident in those one-on-one moments.
He's a player that wants the spotlight. He wants the burden on him. He welcomes the big moments, the big gains. This is one. And now a set piece. Velda. Again, St. Clair comes. This time he catches comfortably. Nobody could get there for Portland. Suarez has time asking his teammates, where are you? He finds Berterame.
But look at
Messi.
the space from the back line, from the back four to the front three of Miami. It's about 50-yard difference. It's too big.
No foul there. Play continues. That's been when they've been vulnerable, right? You can look at
Agreed.
the tape from goals against
Yep.
Cincinnati, Evanders on Wednesday. The second goal in Orlando. Can Portland take advantage and get back into this game? Joao Ortiz clips it into Kevin Kelsey. Wright pokes it away. Mikael just sends it as far as he can.
Yeah, but even Suarez is looking back, asking his back line. There's got to be you can be ruthless all you want, but if you're not together and you don't keep that shape within 35, 40 yards of each other, then the game gets spread out, and Miami just doesn't have the legs, especially with a front three of Suarez, Messi, and Berterame. You're basically defending with 7 at the moment anyways.
Joao Ortiz for Kevin Kelsey. Kelsey leaving. Velda. Oh! Velda still. Velda blocked. Facundo Mura. It would not have counted because Kelsey was offside. The flag raised in the end.
Well, lucky for Velda, it doesn't count because you've got two teammates sitting on the front door, and that's extremely close. He's off. But Mura on the other side's got to be mindful that he's got to step with his defenders. But my goodness, you had both DaCosta and Cole Bassett. Fortunate enough for Velda, Kelsey was offside.
Timbers have had good moments, and Phil Neville acknowledged that at halftime. It's just that final moment when the ball gets close. Daniel Pinter getting ready to come on for Miami. He is a forward, a homegrown. He's fresh legs and young legs.
But a forward.
Not a defender, no. DaCosta for Portland. Velda. DaCosta. Had stopped his run. And it's easy for St. Clair.
Yeah, DaCosta needed a little bit more conviction from Brandon Bye. But look at this from Miami. The goalkeeper plays it direct. They're attacking with 3, defending basically with 6. And then if Segovia and DePaul want to get to midfield, that's fine. But there's literally 3 attacking players from Miami right now.
Well, nobody stops DePaul, and he leaves for Messi. The deflection is saved by Pantemis.
Well, the question is, Pinter, is he coming in for Berterame or is he coming in for Suarez? And I'd be shocked if it's not Suarez because just legs. But again, it's too disjointed. It is too uncertain here from Miami with a 2-goal lead at home for the second straight time.
Kelsey and Lujan were getting into it as Velda was coming forward and asking for a handball. Oh, Mora around Da Costa, who will take the yellow card, pulling the jersey from behind.
Just a little clever from Muro just to get Da Costa to overcommit. And Da Costa was done chasing that one.
And now the change. It will be Luis Suarez making his 3rd start in 9 days. We'll go 66 minutes today. He'll come off, and the 18-year-old homegrown Daniel Pinter will enter. Portland had Ian Smith up next to Pinter and chose not to bring him on in that moment. He is still getting instructions, it appears, from the Timbers coaching staff. Timbers are going to keep going with the 11 on the field now. This might work out for Miami. DePaul trying to chase it down. It came off of Miami last. Rodrigo DePaul disagrees with that decision. So does Leo Messi. And now Portland will make this change. Ian Smith will come on, and Kamal Miller, the former Inter Miami player, will come off. Miller, a starter on that Leagues Cup championship team in 2023.
I think the reason why Ian Smith took a little bit to come off, Jake, I think they changed the sub. Because now that tells me what, they go to 3 in the back?
Forey will move more central. Ian Smith is very far forward, and he's trying to get on the end of this. He's unable to as Moro was there. It does appear for now it's by Sermon and Forey, 3 center backs for Portland. Berterame up the middle, makes it over to Messi. Messi! Blocked by Sermon, who kept up well.
Really good from Berterame. Really strong hold-up play, but then to lay it out and give it. But Sermon defends this well. He could have got caught and dove in there, but instead held his composure, good technique, and he stayed with the pace of Messi. Good defending from the World Cup bound center back.
Messi goes short to Segovia. Rodrigo DePaul. Segovia to Messi. DePaul. Bright and DePaul and Bright. Miami patient now. 2 midfielders will knock it back and forth.
Jake, Kamal Miller came over to the Portland Timbers bench, and he was grabbing his right hamstring.
Yeah, let's go down to the pitch. Jillian Sakovitz, you're just a few feet away from the Timbers bench. What are you seeing and hearing?
Yeah, Taylor was right. Kamal Miller was kind of wincing in pain, holding his right hamstring. And the original sub for that was Portland Timbers right back, Brandon By, and then perhaps they saw that Miller was in pain, and he instead was the sub.
That's not a great face on a guy hoping to go to the World Cup in a few weeks.
Well, over the last 48 hours, the games around the world for the U.S. men's national team fan, Chris Richards coming out of the game and needing help to get to the locker room in England.
It's that time, right? Yeah.
It's that time. The hardest thing is, and it's an old adage, but if you play scared, you will always get hurt. And I'm not saying Kamal Miller is playing scared. That's not what I'm saying. But it's human nature. It's in the back of your mind. You want to represent your country in the second World Cup. So let's hope it's not